1993 season opening game between the Philadelphia Phillies versus Houston Astros. The beginning of the story of the 1993 Phillies starts with the ending of the 1992 Phillies. That Phillies team finished in last place in the NL East and had the third worst record in all of baseball. According to the Inquirer, there was no team chemistry, no bullpen, no bench. Mariano Duncan said at the end of 1992, "At last. That was a season to forget. There is nothing I want to remember about this season. It was the bottom of the barrel." Mickey Morandini added, "This has not been fun." In the offseason, GM Lee Thomas promised big changes but delivered few big results, leading to Jason Stark of the Inquirer to write, "They talked about David Cone, they delivered Danny Jackson. They negotiated with Joe Carter. They wound up with Pete Incaviglia." It was one of the Phillies' most critical off seasons in 20 years, and now that it's over, all they produced is rampaging indifference in a city desperate for something better. Houston won an honorable 81-81 in the 1992 season. In their offseason, they got a new owner in Drayton McClain Jr., who decided he would make a big splash by spending money on starting pitcher free agents Doug Drabek and Gregory Swindell. Their coach, Art Howe, in fact looks nothing like Philip Seymour Hoffman. Hoffman was just that good of an actor. It is Monday, April 5th, 1993 in Houston, Texas at the Astrodome with Harry Cowles and Richie Whitey Ashburn, as well as Chris Wheeler. Also in attendance, just short of 4 months from his removal from office by the will of the American people, former President George H.W. Bush. Pitching for Houston is Doug Drabek. He's starting his first game for the Astros after spending a majority of his career with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Drabek won the NL Cy Young Award for the 1990 season when he won 22 games while leading the Pirates to the NLCS. Better known to more current Philly fans for being the father of Kyle Drabek, a Phillies first-round pick who became a major piece in the Roy Halladay trade in 2010. Pitching for the road Phillies is Terry Mulholland. First traded to the Phillies in 1989 for former Cy Young winner Steve Bedrosian. Mulholland threw the first Phillies no-hitter in Veterans Stadium history in 1990 and finished his 92 campaign with a 13-11 record and a league-leading 12 complete games. The Phillies get their season off on the wrong foot by botching a hit-and-run attempt in the first inning with men on the corners and cleanup hitter Dave Hollins at the plate. Furthering the wrong footing in the bottom of the first is the 1993 Phillies' Achilles heel in human form, shortstop Juan Bell, who botches not one, but 2 grounders, allowing the first run of the season to score against the Phillies. In the 4th inning, after a walk by John Kruk and a single by Dave Hollins, catcher Darren Dalton puts the Phillies on the scoreboard for the first time this season, doubling home John Kruk. This brings new Philly Jim Eisenreich to the plate. Eisenreich was brought to Philly to be a pinch hitter and mostly to back up starter Wes Chamberlain. But when Chamberlain's alarm didn't go off on opening day and he showed up late to the stadium, Fergosi started Eisenreich, who of course, ever the stalwart hitter, singles to bring home another run and give the Phillies their first lead of the 1993 season. Since the first inning, Terry Mulholland has been on autopilot, giving up only 1 hit and not allowing an Astro to reach second base while striking out 3 with the help of some generous umpiring, let's call it. I don't quite think this would be a strike anymore, but it was called a strike then. It's not until the 8th inning when Terry Mulholland falls into a little bit of trouble when a ball hit to center field, gets misplayed by center fielder Lenny Dykstra, who probably should have maybe caught it.
He almost made a great play. He got to the ball, diving. You hold your breath every time he dives because he gets hurt once in a while on those dives. See, he's there. Actually, they're fairly easily. Probably should have caught it. Sure, he'd tell you that.
After another play involving an error with Juan Bell, the Astros have men on first and third, and the Phillies are now just struggling to hold on to their 2-1 lead as the bullpen starts to get warmed up. Now, of course, in 2024, if a manager was faced with having men on the corner with 2 outs and a 1-run lead and having your starting pitcher still in the game at the bottom of the 8th inning, he would then pull that pitcher for his best reliever and get that last out. But this is 1993. So check out Terry Mulholland say to Johnny Padres, "No thank you, I'm staying in the game." And then quietly and calmly getting the last guy to ground out to second base, ending the threat and the inning. After the Phillies score an insurance run in the top of the inning, Terry Mulholland is back out for the bottom of the ninth and gets the first out on a spectacular play by Jim Eisenreich.
That ball. Watch this play.
Yeah, he knew where he was. It's amazing because he's right in there back of the bullpen, flirting with the fence. Boy, he really concentrated and stayed with that.
A fly out to center field makes it 2 outs, and we'll let Harry Callis take it the rest of the way.
Right back at Mulholland. Terry Mulholland has pitched a complete game. Phillies have won their first opener since 1984. What a job by Mo.
And with that, the Phillies win their first game of the 1993 season, 3-1 over the Houston Astros.